Welcome to a little tutorial on how to use the sequencer from the M-Vave SMK 37 Pro. Now, there's actually 3 sequencers in this machine. The first one is if you hold down the sequencer button, you can get the mode, which is drum, which is a basic sequencer. It doesn't work very well. You can't adjust pitch. It just does a lumpy noise, which is like, and then if you play it, that's really all it does. There's not much there. About the only thing you can change is rhythm, so you could do something like, it's honestly not very interesting, or I can't even find a use for it. And the thing is, I was thinking maybe you could use it as a metronome, but you can't do that because the lowest you can put swing is 50%. So the timing's always going to be off. If you don't know what swing does, it's like a cheap humanizer, which works well. I like it, but it doesn't work if you want to have your timing spot on. So that's the drum one. You can change it to mode 2, which is key, and 3 is live. Now with live, you basically push play record and you tap some buttons, but if you're a bit slow turning it off, it tends to override it. So it's not the thing for me. I like to program a little slowly. However, if we move to the key mode, you actually have a really nice sequencer. Now this is great. This is something I've programmed in before. And it's great. One of the things you should know about the sequencer is whatever voice is playing or patch is playing on the keyboard, that's what goes in your sequencer. So if I change the patch from piano to harp, changes it. For this demo, we're going to use the number 1, piano 1 on the first bank. It's got quite a nice sound. Okay, so what can you do with this? Well, for starters, I'm just going to start and give a demonstration. So now we've got it cleared. So one of the great things you can do is put bass in, put a rhythm section in, and put a melody section in, all into this sequencer. It's a polyphonic sequencer, so you can get a lot happening here. So we're just going to do 8 bars, and first of all we're going to have a long chord. So I'm going to do the long chord over 4 beats. Okay, so that's like something. You can see what I've got there. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is put a bass in, so I'm going to take that back to bass and put a nice bass in. And just to make it a little bit interesting, put a we're doing it in C, so I'll put the third in there, and the fifth in there, third in there, and the fifth in there. So we've got this now. That's nice. So let's take it up a couple of octaves and let's go for a melody. So this little sequence is in C. You can go from, obviously do a much longer one of 64 things. So you can go C, A minor, F, G. So you can get a nice little chord progression going, an actual little song. So let's, for here, we're going to go this C. Third, fifth, back to the third, C, put a seventh in there, a fifth, oops, that was wrong. Look, let's see what I got. Fifth, and then a third in there. So this is what it sounds like. And of course, if you're doing more than 8 steps, if you're doing the full 64, you can actually end up with quite a nice song, and you can play it and play along with it too. So it's actually a really good sequencer. My opinion of this is that it's for the money. It's actually a very, very good product. So I hope that was of interest to you. Just to give you an idea, this has got the 1.10 firmware on it. And I play drums, and I'm intermediate drummer, intermediate bass, electric bass, and I'm a beginner at the keyboards. But I also know a fair bit of music theory, so yeah, I like it. It's great. I recommend it for a beginner. Someone who's intermediate or advanced might recommend it also, but for a beginner instrument, it's great. Thank you.